Hi guys, so I'm back with another video with my new camera, which I'm trying to figure out how to use. So I didn't do the whole thing, I'm just showing you I used my airbrush foundation, little concealer, a little primer for the eye, Painterly Paint Pot, same thing. And then I also did my brows, so I just kind of skipped that because that would take too long. And I am going to do an airbrush foundation tutorial shortly. So getting started with the eyes, I'm using this really beautiful kind of like seafoam green palette and a MAC 242 brush just to pack on the color. And I'm picking this middle color. It's like a tealy sort of sparkly color, and I'm just really densely packing that all over the lid. So I'm kind of filling in that whole area, leaving a little bit of a space on the inner corner, but in general just kind of getting from lash to the brow bone. And that's going to vary depending on the shape of your eye and how big your lid is. So just find that space and just fill it all in. The next thing I'm going to do is take a MAC 242, which is just a fluffy brush, and this white color and this more like seafoamy green color, so it's a little bit lighter. And really what I'm doing is I'm just kind of like fluffing the edges with this lighter combination because I want things to be a little bit softer. So I'm just kind of going in all the edges and kind of all around where I put that first green color, and even on the lid because I want more of like a sparkly effect. And I'm just using my brush in swirly circular motions. Then I'm taking this top color, which is like a very pale green, and this is a MAC 217, and I'm just getting that onto the brow bone. So basically I'm just using all the colors in different ways just to kind of add dimension and so that there's like a variation in texture, if you will. The next thing I'm going to do is take my tarnish pencil, which is a MAC green. It's really just like an evergreen color. It's very dark, so it can be a nice alternative to black if you're, just looking for something different. But it's very easy to smudge, and I really like it. It doesn't bother me when I get it on my waterline, so I'm getting it kind of all around the edges of the eyes, and then I'm even going to wing it out a little bit, as you'll see. And I'm going to work with this green using the eyeshadows as well, so that the eyeshadows and the green kind of play off each other. Then I am taking my MAC 266, which is this slanty brush, and I'm taking this bottom color and also the middle color. So you might not even see that bottom little strip, but it's great for lining. It's like a really dark, sparkly, blackish, it's like a blackened green. And I'm just taking that with my MAC 266, and I'm basically going over all of the area that I put the MAC tarnish pencil down. And I'm just adding a slight little wing just to lift the outer corners, which I tend to do, more and more because I need that lift in my face. So basically I'm just going around just kind of smudging it out. It's going to be kind of smoky, but there's still going to be like a lot of definition. So the next thing, I'm going back again with that MAC 217, and I'm using the skinnier edge. This is kind of like a versatile brush, as you can see, but I'm using the tip, and I'm blending under the eye, and then I'm blending kind of in that outer corner just to blend out where I put the tarnish and the blackened green eyeshadow. I'm just getting in a little closer. Forgive me, my zooming skills are not that great. I'm still kind of figuring out this camera. And I went back with that same MAC 242, which is the like dense paintbrush. It looks like a paintbrush. And I'm kind of getting the edges too. So it's just gonna be really smudgy, and there's gonna be like a soft green haze under the eye. So of course, curling the lashes, giving them a really, really good curl. This is a very important step, especially if you're not going to be wearing falsies. And then just taking my black mascara, the current one I'm using is the Rimmel Scandal Eyes. It's pretty good. It's got a really big brush, so I think it saves you a little bit of time. I don't know if I'm going to repurchase this. It's okay, but it's not great. And then I'm going back with my Sigma F80, and I'm just kind of cleaning up anywhere that needs it. Then I'm going in with my Bare Minerals. This is the Ready Minerals, and you can see it's got pretty good coverage. So for me, I'll use the foundation and then I'll put this over, and then I feel like it really probably makes my skin look the best because it gives it a little bit more coverage. And I'm just kind of getting all the edges, softening everything out. And you'll see, like, when you use the foundation and then you use the powder over it, it kind of like blurs the lines. So that's a good thing. It kind of softens everything, and it's got a little color because this is something I got in the summer. So it's going to give me a little color, and I'm not using bronzer. Now I'm putting my MAC Prep and Prime Lip all over the lips. Very important because we're going to be doing a really dark lip. letting that soak in. I'm going in with some blush, and I don't even know all the names. I can always go back if you want me to, and I can get the names of the blush, but I usually just bring out my blush palette and I kind of swirl it all around. So you'll see I'm starting with like a pinky peach, and then I'm going into like a lighter one, and I'm gonna probably change it up too as we go. So going on to the lips, this is important because it's gonna be a really dark lip. So I am lining the lips very carefully because I want the shape to be really, really good. And I am using a nice sharp pencil. This is, what is it called? This is MAC Night Moth. So if you have MAC Vino, it's very, very similar, but Night Moth is a little bit more purple. And when I had this look in mind, I wanted to do like green eyes and really, really purple lips. And forgive me if I seem out of breath. I'm talking so quickly and I'm pregnant and I find that I'm just like out of breath all the time. It's so funny. Anyway, so just lining the lips, and it can look a little funky because we are going to be going back with the brush and the lipstick. The lipstick that I'm using at first is MAC Rebel. So this is like a deep burgundy. It's a satin finish, I believe, and it's like a burgundy with like a slight purple undertone. So if you have like MAC Diva, it's like its purple cousin. So any kind of like dark lipstick will do because you can adjust it as you want. But then I said, wait a second, no, I wanted something more purple. This is looking too much like wine. So I went into my MAC purpley pink palette, and I scraped out a little bit of that purple color I showed you called Violetta. And that's probably what I should have started with, but whatever, I just kind of went with it. Then I am using the pigment. This is MAC, I believe it's Violet Pigment, and I will double check that for you. And it's kind of like a moon dust purple, so it can be really sheer. You can use it on your eyes, your lips, your cheeks. You can even use pigments like in nail polish. And I put some on the back of my hand, and I take a flat, I like to use a synthetic brush for pigments. I feel like they pick them up really well. And I put it on my hand because I don't want to dip the brush on my lipstick and then into the pigment, and then it gets all sticky and gross. So I just pick up some pigment and I put it all over my lips. So if you look up close, I don't know if you can really see on the camera, but it's like a really like moony purple color. And it's funny because my neighbor came to the door and I answered the door in all this makeup, and it was just like a regular snow day or whatever. So I think I might have given him a scare. But that is pretty much the look. What I did do, and this is what I do often, is I go back and I adjust the blush at the end, because especially if you're doing like a really bold eye and a really bold lip like I've done, the blush kind of has to fit in a certain way, and I usually don't know what that is until I'm done, so I often will leave the blush to the end and I'll adjust it. And you can see I'm even taking a little bit of that pigment and I'm putting a little bit of that purpley pigment on my cheekbones because it's so sheer. It can also act as like a highlighter. And I also wanted the lips and the cheeks to kind of correspond without being too matchy-matchy. So that is pretty much the look. I know I look very, very goth, but I just wanted to do something kind of fun and different for you guys today. So thanks for watching. Let me know what you think. Bye.